Lying down on your front. You might even use your hands as a pillow to rest your head. But just allow the body to lay flat, to relax. Let the heels fall apart and knees move apart. You might wiggle into the toes, find movement through the backs of the legs. And just taking your time here to check in on how your body is this morning. Where can you feel any tension or tightness in the body? Where are you noticing you have any aches or pains, tight parts in your body? And just beginning to be mindful of where these areas are as you move through your practice today. And knowing that if you need to modify or change any of the movements, that option is always there for you. Your high plank might become a low plank. Your down dog might need to become a child's pose. So just allowing your body to adapt if it needs to. And begin here to reach the arms forward, stretch into the fingertips. Take a deep breath and stretch the entire body. Wiggle the feet longer, the hands longer. And as you exhale, simply soften the body. Take an inhale to a long stretch. Reach out through the fingers all the way down through the toes. And exhale, soften through the body. From here, take your right arm out to the right. Bring your left hand under your left shoulder. And as you inhale, roll onto your right side. Placing the feet one on top of the other. And just here begin to test your boundaries of your shoulder mobility by tipping and leaning the left hip slightly back. Or perhaps you need to bring it even further forward to release your shoulder. And slowly come all the way around onto your front. Reach the arms forward. And take an inhale to a full body stretch. And as you exhale, soften through the arms. Take the left arm left. Bring the right hand under your shoulder. And tip onto your left side. So that your feet are resting one over the other. And you just begin to explore the movement in your left shoulder here. From your side, come all the way back onto your front. And then bring the left hand under the left shoulder. Your elbows begin to pull close towards each other. Keep your toenails on the floor. And take an inhale to lift the chin and lift the heart. So you want to keep your ribs, your belly, your hips on the floor, just lifting the chin and the chest. And then slowly release to the floor. Take an inhale to lift the chin and the chest. And as you exhale, you might even begin to lift the hands off the floor. So we're using the long muscles that run down the length of the back here, focusing on the upper back, keeping the legs to the floor. Take a breath here. Exhale, release. As you release, slide the palms of the hands down by the thighs. Keeping the palms of the hands pressing down into the floor. This time we're going to focus on the lower half of the body. And as you inhale, the only thing to lift is the legs. So keep your chin on the floor, your nose, whatever part of your head is on the floor, keep it there. And lift the legs. See if you can lift the kneecaps, see if you can lift the thighs, squeeze your bottom muscles nice and tight. Take a breath here. And then slowly release. Beautiful job. As you release, take your right arm right. Bring your left hand under your left shoulder and then roll onto your right side. And this time you're going to step the left foot just behind the right knee so that your foot is on the floor, your left knee points up towards the sky. And you might here even take your left hand behind your back so that your shoulder blades squeeze closer together. Rest your head on the floor, possibly a pillow or a block if it feels the floor is too far away for you. Take a breath here. And slowly come all the way back around onto your front. Bring the right hand under the right shoulder, elbows pull in nice and close. Toenails stay connected to the floor. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, float the hands off the floor. And then here, see if you can pull the elbows close together. Take a breath. Exhale, release. Slide the hands down by the thighs, palms face to the floor. Chin on the floor, nose on the floor. Take an inhale, lift the lower half of the body, lift the legs. Squeeze the bottom muscles nice and tight. Maybe you can lift those knees a little higher, those thighs a little higher. Take a breath here. Exhale, release. Slide the left arm left, right hand under right shoulder, and then turn onto your left side. As you turn onto the left side, place the right foot just behind the left knee. Foot to the floor, kneecap looks towards the ceiling. Again, your right hand might stay on the floor in front of your face, or you might take that right hand behind the back. Working on squeezing the shoulder blades closer together here. Take in a breath. Exhale, come all the way back around onto your front. Bring the left hand under your left shoulder, elbows pulling close together. And as you inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest. Exhale, lift the hands. Now you might want to stay here and focus on just the upper half of the body. Or if you're feeling okay with your back, your strength in your back, maybe you add in the lift of the legs here. Floating both the chest and the legs off the floor. From here, you might even begin to take the arms behind you, squeezing the pinky fingers in towards each other, coming into your locust pose. Take in a breath. Exhale to release. As you release, take a full breath in and take a full breath out. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes onto the floor, and then we're going to push back into an active child's pose with the tiptoes remaining on the floor. Press up towards tabletop, and then press your bottom all the way back into the heels of the feet. Stretching the arms forward, resting the forehead on the floor. And as you press back into this active child's pose, you might even feel some stretching in the big toe joints. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And with your next breath, begin to thread the right arm through to the left. Sliding your right shoulder chikundia down towards the floor. As you inhale, take your left arm up towards the ceiling. And then place your left hand just behind your right hip. As you inhale, take the left arm all the way overhead to the floor. And then bring the right hand back around through center, child's pose. Inhale, thread the left arm through to the right. Placing the left shoulder chikundia on the floor. Once you come into your twist, reach the right arm up high. And then place the right hand behind your left hip. Beginning to see if you can lean into your left shoulder a little bit more, picking up your right shoulder. Beginning to take the right arm all the way back overhead to the floor. Now bring the left hand around to meet the right. From your active child's pose, untuck the toes. Slide the hands back to the knees as you come and sit up into the feet. If it feels tight on the fronts of the thighs, then you could prop a block underneath your bottom if you need to. And taking the arms wide, reach up towards the ceiling, interlace the hands and bring the palms behind the head. Open the elbows wide. And as you inhale, lift the chest, lean the head back into the hands. On your exhale, round the spine, elbows curling towards each other. And use some gentle pressure here on the back of the head to curl the chin into the chest. Inhale, elbows open wide, lift the heart, lean the head back into the hands. Exhale, round the spine. Curl the elbows in towards one another, chin all the way into the chest. Inhale, elbows wide, lift the heart, lean the head back into the hands. Exhale, round the spine, elbows curl in, gentle pressure on the back of the head to bring the chin to the chest. And then from here, release the hands down onto the knees. And as you inhale, slide the hands up to the hips, send the heart forward, the shoulders back. So we're coming into a kneeling cat-cow. Exhale, slide the hands to the knees, round the spine, chin into chest. Inhale, glide the hands up to the hips, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, hands slide down towards the knees, round out through the spine. Slide the hands up towards midway on the legs. And then place your left hand on top of your head. Take a breath. And exhale, gently guide the left ear towards your left shoulder. Your right hand remains nice and heavy on the right leg, or you might even want to dangle those right fingertips towards the floor. But keep the space between your right ear and right shoulder here. Close the eyes if you want to be more aware of the stretch in the neck. Bring the head back through center and switch. Right hand to the head, left hand on your left thigh. And then guide the right ear towards the right shoulder. You might even dangle those left fingertips towards the floor to keep the arm heavy, to increase the space between ear and shoulder. Bringing the head back through center. And as you come back through center, take the hands forward off the mat to tabletop. And then turn the hands around so the fingertips point to the long sides of the mat. And rock from side to side. So just beginning to move into the wrists a little bit here. Moving from side to side. And then from here, continue to turn the hands around so the fingertips point to the knees. And it might be that you need to bring the hands closer to the knees for this to be more accessible to you. Wherever you are, gently rock back and rock forward, stretching through the inner wrists. Find some stillness here in the center with the fingertips pointing to the knees. Take a cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head to hips. Exhale, round the spine, draw the chin all the way up into the chest. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head to hips. Exhale, round the spine, draw the chin into the chest. Come back through center and turn the palms of the hands back around, fingertips point forward. Tuck the toes. And then from here, you're going to begin to lift the knees off the floor. So your knees lift up towards your armpits and then open the knees out wide. Curl the chin into the chest, slide the hands forward. Working on finding extra length along the spine from your tailbone to the top of the head. Wiggle into this version of a forward fold. Sway the knees from side to side, move through the shoulders. See if you can add in more stretch. Take a breath here. And slowly come back down onto the knees. Coming into tabletop. Lift the knees off the floor to a downward facing dog. Take the feet wider than the hips or hips distance. Spread the fingers wide. And stretch off here in your downward dog. Lift the hips up high. Pull the belly in and up towards the spine. Sink the heels down low. Find movement in the legs if that helps to loosen off any tension. And from your downward facing dog here, take a bend in the right knee. And then you're going to twist the right knee to the left and the hips towards the right. Press the rib cage towards the right thigh. Take a breath here in your twist. And then come all the way back through center. And take a bend in the left knee. And then twist the left knee to the right, the hips to the left. You might even be able to peek underneath your right armpit as you twist. Bring the twist back through center. And as you inhale, lift the right leg high. On your exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Lower the left knee onto the mat. So you're in your low lunge, and then lock the thumbs together as you lift the arms up overhead. As you lift the arms up overhead, begin to pull into your center. Pull the hips up towards the ribs, squeeze in nice and tight. Take a breath. And exhale, see if you can move the arms behind the ears. Just working on the shoulders. Take a breath here. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Left toes tucked, lift the left knee, and step back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath here in your dog. Exhale the heels towards the floor. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Lower the right knee to the floor. Lock the thumbs to lift the arms all the way up overhead. Take a breath here. Exhale, pull into your center. Pull the waist in, the belly in. Take a breath. And exhale, see if you can move the arms behind the ears. Open up through the chest. Take a breath. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. And this time you're going to step the right foot forward to meet the left. Folding over the legs, take a hold of the elbows, and just sway here in ragdoll. Allowing the weight of your head and shoulders to pull your upper body closer to the floor, closer to the mat. Sway from side to side. Maybe you rock forwards and backwards from the heels to the toes. And then release the fingernails to the floor. Arms are heavy, head is heavy. And as you inhale, begin to rise all the way up to stand, dangling the head and shoulders, the arms. And as you come up to stand, the chin is the last part of the body to lift. Once at the top, roll the shoulders down the spine, take a breath. And exhale, side stretch. Slide the right hand down towards the right knee. And then just dangle your right arm. Find some movement if that feels good for you, or just let that right arm dangle heavy. Come all the way back up through center. And slide the left hand down the left leg. Dangle the left arm. Inhale all the way back through center. And as you exhale, step the feet about hips distance apart and lift and reach the arms up overhead. Take in a breath here. And as you exhale, sit back into your imaginary chair. Send your bum back towards the edge of that chair. Heart is forward. If the arms reaching overhead is too much, then bend the elbows to cactus Or you could even bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a breath, sit a little lower. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to a downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, rise to the tiptoes and lower the knees to the floor. From your tabletop, take your right hand to your left knee. And then from here, you're going to continue to slide the right hand all the way down towards your left ankle. From here, reach and slide the left arm forward so that you can take a twist and look underneath your left armpit here. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Come all the way back to center tabletop. And then bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. And continue to slide the left hand down towards the right ankle as you lower your left shoulder. Once you reach the right arm forward, look underneath your right armpit. Take in a breath. And as you exhale, come all the way back to tabletop. From tabletop, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Let the head relax between the arms. Think here about pulling it into your center. Even in downward facing dog, find that hugging, the pulling of the belly of the waist. And as you inhale, lift the right leg high. As you exhale, step the right foot just outside the right hand. Now here, as we begin to move into our hamstrings, it might be you need a block underneath those hands just to allow you to stretch your right leg a little bit more. So from high lunge legs with the right knee bent, take an inhale as you straighten the right leg into pyramid and push the left heel towards the floor. Take a breath. Exhale, bend the right knee back to your high lunge legs. Inhale to straighten the right leg to pyramid. Left heel presses towards the floor. Exhale, bend the right knee to your high lunge legs. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Press the left heel towards the floor. From here, keep your left hand either on your block or on the floor. And inhale, twist the right arm up to the sky. As you twist, lift the chest. And think about your right pinky finger doing the work of lifting the skin up from your armpit all the way up to your pinky finger. Lean the head and shoulders back. Take a breath here in your twist. And then slowly bring the right hand back to the block. And bend both knees so you come back into low lunge. Left knee on the floor. Lock the thumbs and reach the arms up overhead. Take a breath. Exhale, take the arms out behind you. If you like to sink the hips forward and find a stretch on the front of the left hip, then you're welcome to do so. If it feels more comfortable for you to stay in the center, stay here. Take a breath. And this time as you exhale, find a twist. Left hand to the right knee, right arm reaches behind you. If you can look down the length of the right arm, then begin to take your gaze back. If it's too much, maybe you look to the side or even look forward. Take a breath in here. A long exhale. Inhale, lift both arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. Step all the way back to your downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up high in your downward facing dog. Think here about walking the toes slightly closer to the wrists. And we're going to come back into our twist, but this time in a downward facing dog. If downward facing dog begins to feel too much, then come back onto your knees. And from here, you're going to take your right hand towards the outside of your left leg. So if you need to come down on the knees, your right hand slides to your left knee. Take a breath here. And twist to look underneath the left armpit. Or if you're on your knees, your right hand slides back towards your left foot. Bring the twist back through center. And switch. Left hand crosses towards the right leg. Look underneath your right armpit. If you're on the knees, left hand to right knee, slide down towards the right foot. And then come all the way back through center. And as you inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, step the left foot just outside the left hand. Again, using your blocks if you need to as we come into our hamstring stretch. Beginning in high lunge legs, left knees bent. Take an inhale here as you straighten the left leg to pyramid. Press the right heel towards the floor. Exhale, bend the left knee to your high lunge legs. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend the left knee to your high lunge. Inhale, straighten the left leg to your pyramid. Exhale, push your right heel low. Keep your right hand on the floor or the block as you lift and twist the left arm up to the sky. Lean the head and shoulders back and continue to lift that left pinky finger high. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Bring the left hand all the way back to the floor or your blocks. Bend both knees to a low lunge. Lock the thumbs and lift the arms up overhead. Take a breath. Exhale the arms behind the ears. Option to add in the shift forward of the hips if that feels good for you. Take a breath. As you exhale, twist the right hand to the left leg and the left arm reaches all the way back out behind you. Again, if it's okay for your neck, you can look all the way down the length of the left arm, or maybe you just keep the gaze out to the side or forward, whatever feels best. Inhale, lift both arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and step the right foot forward to meet the left. Fold over the legs. Take a hold of the elbows as you dangle here in your ragdoll. Sway from side to side. You might even rock forwards and backwards from the heels to the toes. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Release the fingertips to the floor. And as you inhale, slowly rise all the way up to stand, chin being the last part of the body to lift. Once you get to the top, exhale the shoulders down the spine. And then begin to take your side stretch. Right hand slides down towards the right knee. Right arm heavy. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, slide the left arm left. Dangle the left arm. Come all the way back through center. Feet hips distance apart. Arms will lift and reach up overhead. Take a breath here. Exhale, sit back to chair. Sit nice and low in chair. Option cactus the arms if you need, or even bring the hands together. Take a breath. A long exhale. Beautiful. From here, we're coming into standing pigeon. So cross your right ankle on top of your left knee and thigh, and then sit back into chair. Reaching the chest forward, push the hips back. Take in a breath. Exhale to your chair, right foot to the floor. Sit the hips down nice and low. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, pigeon on the left. Left ankle crosses on top of the right thigh. And then press it back into your chair. Sit the hips back, lean the chest forward, stretch into your left hip. Take a breath in. Exhale the left foot to the floor, chair. Sit nice and low, take a breath. Exhale, fold and forward. Inhale to your halfway lift. As you exhale, place the hands on the floor. Step back to your plank, either a high plank or a low plank with the knees on the floor, your choice. Take a breath. Exhale, lower all the way down onto the floor. With the hands under the shoulders, the elbows pulling in towards each other. Take the feet maybe a little bit wider than the hips. And as you inhale, begin to lift the chin and the chest. And as you exhale, take it up into your cobra. So lift your chest as high as feels comfortable for you, without your pubic bone leaving the floor. You don't want to lift all the way up so you're on your knees. You want to keep the hips pressing down towards the floor. Keep a soft bend in the elbows. Squeeze your bottom muscles nice and tight. Take a breath here. And exhale, fold all the way back down to the floor. Let the hands slide back towards the legs. Shoulders soft into the mat. Just rest in here for a moment. Maybe you turn your head off to the side. Rock the hip bones into the floor. And then beginning to bring the hands back under the shoulders, tuck the toes. And as you inhale, press back into your active child's pose. Push your bottom all the way back into your feet. Rest the forehead down towards the floor. Reaching the arms forward. Take an inhale as you thread the right arm through to the left. Lean into your right shoulder. And then lift the left arm high. And send the left hand behind your right hip. Take the left arm all the way overhead to the mat. And then bring the right hand forward to meet the left. And as you inhale, thread the left arm to the right. Rest into your left shoulder. And then reach the right arm high. And place the right hand behind your left hip. Twisting through the shoulders. Take the right arm back overhead to the floor. And bring the left hand around to this active child's pose. From here, slide the hands towards the knees. And then lift the knees up towards the armpits. Send the knees wide as you curl the chin into the chest. Stretching the spaces around the spine. Slide the hands forward, tuck the chin in tighter. Take a breath here. And slowly come back to the knees. And tuck the toes and sit into the heels. And as you sit down into the heels of the feet, just slide your bottom off to the left. And bring the left foot forward, send the right foot back. So you've got your staggered legs going on. And once you find your staggered legs, twist around to the left. From here, bring your twist to the right. And then twist to the left. Take the palm of the left hand down onto the mat, reach the right arm up to the sky. If it's enough for you here, then stay as you are. But if you feel okay in your wrists and shoulder, then take an inhale, lift your bottom, and kind of push your way into your left knee and left shin. Your right arm lift and reaching up to the sky. Here, if you want a little bit more, you could place your right hand behind your head and lean the head back into your hand. Right elbow point reaching up to the sky. Feeling stretch and space from the right hip bone all the way up to the right elbow. Take a breath here. And slowly release back down to the ground. Switching sides. Right foot forward, left foot back. Coming into your staggered legs, and then twist around to the right. Bring the twist to the left. And then take the twist to the right. Placing the palm of the right hand to the floor, lift the left arm up to the sky. Your option is to stay here. Or if your right wrist and shoulder feels okay, take an inhale, lift your bottom, come all the way up towards your right knee and shin. Reach and stretch the left arm up high. And then you might even take your left hand behind your head and lean the head back into the hand. Opening up the space along the left side of the body, from your left hip bone to your left elbow. Take in a breath. Exhale, release all the way down to the ground. Whew, nice stretch. Cross the left ankle around to the right. And then from here, you're going to take it forward to tabletop, to downward facing dog. Finding some movement in the legs and downward facing dog. And as you take your next inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, the right foot steps just outside the right hand. Use the block under your hands if you need it. From your high lunge, take an inhale to your pyramid. Straighten the right leg. Left heel presses towards the floor. Inhale, twist the right arm up to the sky. Lift the chest, lean the head and shoulders back. Take a breath here. Your body is open, your body is strong. And bring the right hand to the block or the floor. Bend the knees to your low lunge. Lock the thumbs as you reach the arms up overhead. Take a breath. Exhale, the arms begin to shift behind the ears. Option to shift the hips forward if you like to. Take a breath. Exhale, twist. Left hand to the right knee, right arm reaches out behind you. From your twist, you can stay here, or you can maybe begin to add in a slight back bend. Your right hand can come behind your right hip. Your right hand could come onto a block out behind you, or even reach back to your left heel. And then take the left arm overhead. So 3 different stages you could choose: your hip, your block, or your heel. Take in a breath. And a long exhale. From here, we're going to come in to find our eagle arms. So your right elbow is under your left. The palms of the hands kind of wrapping towards one another. And then see if you can keep your twist to the right. So not only your elbows are moving right, your shoulders, your hands, your gaze. From here, bring the twist through center. And then begin to lift the elbows up towards the sky. Take a breath. And exhale, reach the thumbs towards the back of the mat. Take a breath here. Exhale, hold on to your eagle arms as you fold forward. And bring the right shoulder towards the right knee or lower than the right knee, so that your left pinky finger lowers towards the floor. Take in a breath. And as you exhale, release the hands. As you release the hands, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, and then see if you can slide your right foot all the way back into a plank, a high plank or a low plank. Or maybe you want to take a break and take a child's pose, completely up to you. Take a breath in, and then exhale, bend the elbows lower down through your chaturanga. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale to child's pose. Allowing the belly to rest over the thighs in child's pose. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. And as you inhale from here, rise all the way up tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bring the gaze forward. And either option, step or jump the feet to the hands. Lift up halfway lift. Exhale, fold and forward. Inhale, wide arms rise all the way up to stand in high mountain. As you exhale, take your chair. Sit nice and low in chair. Take in a breath. Long exhale. From chair, come into standing pigeon. Right foot on top of left knee. Bend back into your left knee. Sit back into your chair. Take in a breath. Exhale from pigeon. Wrap the right leg around the left in eagle. Bring the hands together. And then from here, bend the left knee and lean the chest all the way forward over your right thigh. If you begin to wobble and you have a block, you can hold onto a block underneath your hands, or maybe there's a wall out front or to the sides. Lean all the way over your right leg so you squash your belly over your thighs. Take a breath, focus your gaze in one spot. Exhale, see if you can bend your left knee a little bit more. From your eagle legs, we're going to begin to step that right leg all the way out behind us in warrior three. So if you do need something to help your balance, a block is a good tool to use here. Or maybe you have your wall. Send that right leg all the way out behind you. Keep your right leg strong. Squeeze into your bottom muscle. Take in a breath. And as you exhale from here, begin to step the right toes to the back of the mat, the hands to the floor. And then you're going to slide the left leg all the way back to a downward facing dog. Find movement in the legs if you need it. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. And as you inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, step the left foot just outside the left hand. Again, your blocks are a useful tool here if you need them. Hands on the blocks or on the floors, left knee bent in high lunge. Inhale to your pyramid, straighten the left leg. Exhale to guide the right heel towards the floor. And then twist the left arm up towards the ceiling. Lift the chest, lean the head and shoulders back. Take a breath here. Exhale the left hand to the floor or the blocks. Bend the knees to your low lunge. Lock the thumbs as you lift the arms all the way up towards the sky. Take a breath here. Exhale, the arms begin to travel behind the ears. Option to bring the hips forward if you like to feel the stretch on the front of the thigh. Take a breath. Exhale, twist. Right hand to the left leg. Left arm reaches back out behind you. From your twist, maybe you want to take it into your back bend. So your left hand can either come to your left hip, to a block, or to your right heel. And reach the right arm all the way overhead. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to eagle arms with a twist. Left elbow under right. Palms of the hands towards each other. Keep your shoulders traveling around to the left side of the mat. Maintain your twist. From here, bring it all the way back to center. Hold on to your eagle arms. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, send the thumbs towards the back of the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Bring in your left shoulder towards your left knee, or perhaps lower. Your pinky fingers towards the floor. Sink into those hips. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Releasing the hands to the floor. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and step the right foot forward to meet the left. Fold all the way down over the legs, forward fold. Head is heavy, hands are heavy. Take a deep breath in here, and a deep breath out. And as you inhale, wide arms rise all the way up to the sky, high mountain. Exhale, chair. Sit nice and low in your chair. And with your next breath, standing pigeon. Left foot on top of right leg. Sit back into your chair, hips back, heart reaches forward. Stretch into your left hip. Take a breath here. Exhale to eagle, left leg wraps around right. Bring the hands together and then begin to lean the chest forward. Bend the right knee a little bit more so you squash your belly over that left thigh. Option here is to use your blocks or a wall out front or out to the sides. Take a deep breath in. Focus your gaze. Take a deep breath out. From your eagle, taking it into a strong warrior three. Sending that left leg all the way out behind you. Use your blocks if that helps you to keep some height. Maybe if you have your wall, a chair, or something in front of you to hold on to. Or possibly you're challenging your balance, your strength by keeping the hands to the heart, lifting the heart into the thumbs. Take a breath in here. Exhale, left toes to the floor, hands to the floor. Step back plank, high or low plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower the body all the way down onto the floor. With the hands under the shoulders, tuck the elbows in close. Toenails stay connected to the floor. Inhale, lift the chin, the chest. Exhale, float the hands off the floor. If this is where you want to stay, stay here. If you can take the arms around behind you, take the arms back, squeeze the pinky fingers towards each other. And then inhale, you might add on the legs, come into your locust pose. Reach the fingertips towards the heels of the feet and push the big toes towards the wall behind you. Squeeze your buttocks tight. Take a breath here. Exhale, release all the way down onto the ground. Turning your cheek to one side. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Push back into active child's pose. Press into the heels of the feet. Forehead tapping down towards the floor. Walk the hands slightly further forward. Find more space from the hips to the wrists. And from here, you're going to slide the hands back to the knees. And then lift the knees towards the armpits. And open the knees out wide. Curl the chin into the chest. Walk the fingertips even further forward. And from this low squat, you're going to see if you can bring your bottom all the way down onto the floor here. And then slide the legs out front. Depend on how much mobility you have in those hips. And then as you take the legs out front, lie all the way down onto your back. And as you lie on your back, reach the arms overhead. Stretch from the fingertips to the toes as you take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, soften those shoulders. If reaching your arms overhead is a little bit uncomfortable on the shoulders, you could even rest your hands on top of a block just to give you some height. It might even be 2 blocks that you need. And from here, begin to take your right foot right. And then cross your left ankle over your right. Bring your left hip back towards the floor. If you can lock the thumbs or kind of interlace the fingers, catch the hands, and then slide the shoulders all the way over towards the right side. So you're beginning to create a rainbow kind of shape with the body here as you stretch into your left side. Both shoulders remain on the floor. Your left hip pressing down to the floor. And then play around with your movement here. Maybe you can take a deeper arch, a deeper stretch. Maybe you need to actually pull it back a little bit. Perhaps the arms overhead is just too much for your shoulders. So you bring your arms down by your sides, maybe it's on your belly, wherever feels comfortable for you. Take a deep breath into the side stretch, to the space between your left hip bone and your left lower rib. And from here, slide all the way back through center. Shoulders, hips, feet. Take an inhale to a full body stretch. Exhale to soften. And then work into your side stretch. Left foot slides left. Right ankle crosses over left. Your right hip bone presses back towards the floor. And from here, slide the shoulders down towards the left. Again, take those arms wherever feels better for you. But begin to notice and feel this space and stretch in the right side of the body. Can you push your boundaries and take that stretch further? Do you need to pull back? Just notice what your body is telling you to do. Breathe fully into your side stretch here. And bring it all the way back through center, head, shoulders, hips, feet. Take a deep breath into a full stretch. And exhale into your Shavasana. Whatever that might be for you. Take your arms where they feel more comfortable, your legs where they feel more comfortable. Spend a moment here to set up your Shavasana so that you can begin to relax, begin to let go of tension in the muscles. The time for movement is just finished, it's just past. Now it's time for stillness. Time to just feel your body. To notice those different areas, those aches, pains, niggles. If anything's changed. Notice if you push too far or if you held back a little bit. Each time you step onto the mat, discovering your body a little bit more. Beginning to notice where your boundaries are. Maybe even push those boundaries a little bit further. Maybe you know you need to pull back. Each week our body changes. Some weeks we're stronger, some weeks we're a little bit less enthusiastic. So we need to back off and slow down. Just recognizing where you are today is exactly where you should be. See if you can release the muscles in the face. Soften the space between the eyebrows. Soften the muscles around the mouth. Soften your jawline. Take a deep breath. And then relax the muscles in the face even more. And all the tension from your forehead away. Make it soft and smooth. And if you have more time to stay in Shavasana, maybe you just turn off your camera and stay here for as long as you can, as long as you have. But if you're ready to move, take an inhale and a stretch. From fingers all the way down through toes. And as you exhale, bring the knees into the chest. From here, rock yourself up to a seat. From your seat, sit back until you can feel the bony parts of your bum connect with the floor beneath you. And then inhale the arms wide, reach up to the sky. Interlace the fingers and place the palms behind the head. Elbows wide. Inhale, lift the heart, lean the head into the hands. Exhale, round the spine. Elbows come in towards each other. Pressure on the back of the head to draw the chin into the chest. Inhale, elbows wide. Head presses back into the hands. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, elbows curling. Inhale, elbows wide, lift the heart, lean the head into the hands. Exhale, round the spine, elbows curling towards each other. From here, bring the palms of the hands together, thumbs to the forehead. Take a moment to seal in your practice here today by simply thanking yourself for showing up, for giving yourself this opportunity to move, to build strength, to build focus, to be here and present. Thank you all for spending this time with me today. Namaste.